Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author, mental health educator, and depression survivor. Welcome to your Depression Recovery channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. The title of today's video is, Can CBD oil also help with pain? Before we answer that question, I wanted to tell a joke, and it's actually related to the title because CBD oil, as you know, is from the hemp plant and is cousins with marijuana. And so the joke is, why did the cow return to the marijuana field? Because the pot was calling the cattle back. Now, Joe should really like that one, and probably half of you will get it, and if those who don't, just write me in the comments section. I'll say it again. I think it's so cute. Why did the cow return to the marijuana field? Because the pot was calling the cattle back. All right, so a couple of months ago, I did a video called Depression and Chronic Pain, Hell on Wheels. And one of the takeaways from this video is that, of course, chronic pain makes depression worse and vice versa. So I was thinking to myself, well, if I want to help my depression of my people I work with, you know, what can we do to take away their pain? Because a lot of us, including me, have chronic pain and depression. And my mind, as I was thinking of things, I thought of CBD oil. I had originally made a video on this, innocently enough. It was called CBD Oil for Anxiety, Miracle Cure Hype, because one of the clients in my support group said she used it to help her sleep and take away the anxiety. Little did I know that this video was going to take off like a rocket ship. It's actually my most popular video right now. And why is this happening? Well, a clue came. New York Times article right around the turn of the year said this. It was called, Why is CBD Everywhere? And the article begins by saying, cannabidiol is being touted as a magic elixir, a cure-all available in bath bombs, dog treats, and even pharmaceuticals. And earlier in the month, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, who's the medical director for CNN, appeared on the Dr. Oz show, and he gave it a big endorsement. This is what he said: I think there's a legitimate medicine here. We're talking about something that could really help people. So what about CBD for pain? In my other video, I researched a lot for anxiety, and sure enough, a lot of people really do use it in that way. Well, I first turned to my brother, who's unfortunately been dealing with chronic pain for 4 years. He uses a substance called methadone, which, believe it or not, is used not just for people getting off heroin, but for pain treatment. But his methadone only lasts until 8 p.m. So he needs something to help him sleep, and he takes something called Neurontin, which is a mood stabilizer that helps diminish pain, and he adds CBD oil to it, and he's able to sleep through the night. Success. So what is CBD? Well, CBD is one of more than 120 compounds that exist in the hemp plant called cannabinoids. And it turns out the human body actually produces its own cannabinoids, and they're called endocannabinoids. And there's something in the human body called the endocannabinoid system that helps to regulate sleep, immune function, and how we respond to pain. What CBD does is to help the body use its own endocannabinoids more efficiently. For example, it blocks the reabsorption of something called anandamide, which in the bloodstream, and it blocks it from being reabsorbed into the body. And anandamide is a chemical that helps us regulate pain, reduce pain. So with more in the bloodstream, of course, you're going to feel less pain. Now, I find it interesting that the heart of the word anandamide is ananda, which in Sanskrit means bliss. So it's interesting that we have within our brain our own pleasure chemical, pleasure-producing chemical. So we don't really need to add anything to our physiology. We just need to tap into the bliss that already exists within us. Another way that CBD might work is that it is anti-inflammatory. And as you know, when inflammation goes down, so does pain. A lot of the studies about CBD in pain have been done with animals. There's one study in the Journal Pain in 2017 that says when they gave CBD topically to rats with osteoarthritis, it thwarted the increase of pain and calmed it down. There's also been a study with human beings. There was a survey done with 800 people, aged 50 to 70, who had chronic pain. 80% of them did. And they reported taking CBD and opiates. But the interesting thing is when they started using cannabis and opiates, the opiate usage went down. They didn't need as much. In some cases, they even stopped it. And this is reflected in a publication from the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health in 2015 that said, quote, In states where it is legal to use medical marijuana to manage chronic pain and other conditions, the annual number of deaths from prescription drug overdose is 25% lower than in states where medical marijuana is illegal. Now, this is really important because opioid deaths even surpass suicide in terms of public health catastrophe, 60,000 people a year. And so if people are using, CBD, cannabis for managing pain, and it can reduce their intake of opiates by 25%, that's something really good. Finally, another study showed that CBD applied as an oil, a cream, or a spray helped to reduce peripheral nerve pain called neuropathy in people with diabetes and multiple sclerosis. Now, I have a good friend who's diabetic, and any of you who know diabetics know that peripheral nerve pain is a really, really big problem with that illness. Now, although there have been these studies that have suggested that CBD can help with pain, we really need to have more of them, especially long-term studies with humans, to really, get some true evidence. But in the meantime, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence, and CBD oil does show a lot of potential to reduce pain, as it has been with anxiety. This has been Douglas Bloch. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had some good experience watching it. Actually, if you're going to see a pain doctor, you might want to bring up CBD. I know in the other video I said that the pure CBD with just hemp and no THC is basically legal in all but 4 states. And those states like Oregon, California, Washington here on the West Coast that have recreational marijuana is legal. You can even have some THC thrown in there, which I've been told helps to even increase the pain effectiveness of CBD. If you want to subscribe to this channel, click on my photo in the closing credits. If you'd like to go ahead and do long-distance mental health coaching with me, you'll see a banner on the screen. And if you want to go ahead and email me, you can do so at douglasblog@gmail.com. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. And finally, if you want to see these videos keep being produced, they cost money, and I have something called a crowdfunding website called Patreon. If you click on that image in the closing credits, you'll be taken to that. As little as $2 a month is all it takes to become a sustaining member of this channel. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you again for tuning in.